So we watched Jeremy Clarkson basically brutalize Americans for an entire, however long his show went. It seemed like he just made fun of Americans the whole time.
Yeah, so we have this other video here, this like one of the segments of that in a specific like talk show, it seems like. Just a short clip, so we might watch some other things after as well.
We have it's not Jeremy Clarkson, the next clip, but it's just another thing about a famous British person talking about Americans. What's more fun than that?
Poking fun.
What I noticed on my travels, and you've obviously noticed this, obviously noticed this on travels, is the green man and the red man when you're crossing the road. So there's the red man, he's put a bit of weight on. And then there's the green man setting off. But around the world, this changes.
Yeah.
So we've got, in America, this is very literal in America.
Yeah.
Walk, don't
They
walk.
don't have anyone speaking other languages there, which is why American cars always have...
That is true. It's just in English. Yeah. If you're from like the Middle East, where it's not even Romanized English, you're like, what?
Yeah, and like the green and red might be like confusing.
Yeah.
If you don't know for sure.
What country? There's some countries where they're swapped.
Yeah.
So if you're from whatever country that is, and if it doesn't happen to be like any like numbers or not numbers, letters in common.
Yeah, the UK one you get a diagram.
Yeah, look at that.
America, this is very literal in America.
Yeah. Well, they don't have anyone speaking other languages there, which is why American cars always have the words for what it is written on it, on the switches.
Oh, right,
It says cigarette lighter, horn, light.
Yeah.
Whereas everywhere else in the world where there are other languages,
they know what
it's
it is.
simple.
Well, no.
Yeah.
That's just how stupid they are.
They are very literal like that. It's like
It's okay, we need
they
it.
call glasses or spectacles eyeglasses. They have to
Yes.
specify where
I
they
said
go.
this in the last one. People don't actually really call it that. It's like
no.
kind of like the medical term for it,
Yeah.
basically. If you go to like a doctor, they'll be like, oh, here's your eyeglasses prescription, but
This like little section of the middle of this, I think, was in that original compilation.
yeah, it's glasses.
Every other word is wrong. I mean, vest, no.
No.
Pants,
No.
no. When it gets to cars, sedan, hood, fender, freeway, interstate, sidewalk, trunk.
What's the UK equivalent of a sedan then?
I don't know. What would that be?
Trunk is on the front of an elephant, not the back of a saloon car, but they have no idea. Gas. Gas. They call a liquid gas.
You always saw that one. We call it liquid gas. Yeah, we do. Gas station, not a petrol station.
A bit confusing, to say the least.
Well, we're moving on to this clip, and this seems like it's the host of
Yeah.
that show that's now
On a different show.
the interviewer or the interviewee.
The thing about Americans that I've thought about the language is that they say they speak English, but they've had to change it to make them understand.
So which clips came first? The clip on his show
Yeah.
or this clip?
Yeah.
Go with me on this because I've thought it through. They've changed some of the words. So they've taken the English language, but they've looked at some of it and they thought, no, I think we need a little bit more explanation here. Okay? That's my American
Some
accent.
explanation here.
So things like pavement. So they can't work with pavement, so they've changed it to sidewalk. They needed more information. They needed to know where they were going to be walking so that they wouldn't get run over.
So I didn't think of that.
Pavement, sidewalk. So I think there must have been a period of time where they ran with the word pavement, but they kept getting hit by cars. So they changed it to sidewalk. Now, bear with
I'm
me.
curious, what do you guys call like soda in the UK? Because in the United States, people call it soda pop, soft drink.
Some people call all sodas Cokes.
Yeah.
Where we're from, we call it pop.
Yeah, and that seems more like this, what he's explaining, like the not being directly what it is type of thing. Because if I said pop, nobody knows what the heck that is outside of Minnesota.
Because I've thought this through. Bin, the word for bin. In American, waste paper basket. They needed to know not only what to put in it. They needed to know that not only it was paper, but waste paper, and then it goes into a basket. It's not just any paper. They kept throwing away fresh paper for a period before they introduced the word waste paper basket. You see, it's
I
like
honestly have never heard that one, but the point he makes still stands, because if you have recycling and trash, it would be a trash can and a recycling can or bin or whatever to go with it.
they need instructions. Glasses for your eyes, they call them eyeglasses. They needed to know where to put them on their face, because they used to have glasses and they would put them on their thighs and they would put them on their feet and they would say, I can't see any better with those glasses. And then somebody went, no, they're eyeglasses. Well, why didn't you call them eyeglasses? There's a game called squash. Have you heard of it? Yes. Not in America. Racquetball. They needed...
Racquetball.
It's a true story. They needed to know...
One Direction.
Just chilling there, what the heck?
It's a true story.
Don't they know a huge portion of their audience are these American girls that say all of these things?
Yeah, literally.
They needed to know what they were going to be playing with, a racquetball, and even then they get confused because there's no court. They don't know where to go. They just wander through the street going, I want to play racquetball.
But I have a counter to this argument. In the U.S., we call a certain sport soccer, but the literal one that is football.
You are going to an area that is a sin to talk about.
Sorry.
That just puts this whole argument like flips it on its head.
So they're probably going to have to change that. But my favourite one, without a shadow of a doubt, is horse riding. Do you know what horse riding is in America?
It's not called horse riding?
No. Horseback riding.
You gotta add the back. Yeah, that is interesting.
Not underneath, not on the head, on the back.
Well, yes. There were terrible problems. Because there was a
That one
period
is
of time
very
when
true too. Like it's actually called horseback riding.
Yeah, that, huh?
call it horseback
Well, where
riding.
did they go?
They used to hold on to the tail and then...
Are you sure this is how they ride the horses in Europe? That's a whole different thing you're doing there.
Anybody who's watching this show who may have been flicking the channels, that's not a moment you want to no. This was a story about American and descriptive words.
I've never been...
What an interesting concept that is. I mean, like we said, some of them like apply and don't necessarily apply too commonly.
Yeah.
It really comes down to where, and if it's like sometimes like the official stuff will be like the super descriptive stuff, whereas casually people don't usually talk like that.
Yeah, so it all depends, but either way, they made some funny remarks about it and gave us some very interesting diagrams to show with it.
You know, realizing this now, do they do that on like government buildings and like corporate buildings because they just know that all of us in America are just extra stupid, that we need like the extra descriptions?
I honestly wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
It's probably, people get very confused.
Because depending on when those words originated, I assume the population of the U.S. was probably not as smart as the other populations of like the U.K. at the time.
You're saying at the time, what about right now?
Still isn't. No, I don't know if it ever was.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.